60 years of the Bundesliga. Some say there's nothing that hasn't happened.
And I'll tell you what, I've seen many things as a commentator. That's the first time I've seen that.
The bizarre, the unbelievable, and the legendary. Well over 50,000 goals have been scored in 60 years in the Bundesliga. Some beautiful, some crazy, some that weren't even goals. Although for the very first goal in Bundesliga history, the cameraman wasn't yet in position. A computer worked out exactly how it might have looked, but ask the goalscorer himself and you get a different answer.
Down the left, into the middle and low into the corner with the inside of the boot from about 6-7 metres.
Well, he should know anyway, but it didn't help in the end. His side lost 3-2 to Werder Bremen in 1963. We would also have loved to have shown you Dieter Müller's 6 goals in one match, but even in 1977, there was still no video from games that didn't take place at the weekend. It's good that we don't have to worry about that anymore. For now, there are television cameras in every corner of the stadium, and nothing escapes them. The 5 goals that Robert Lewandowski scored inside 9 minutes against Wolfsburg in 2015 can be seen again and again. From the left, from above, from below, basically from anywhere.
That is an amazing goal!
Pep Guardiola still can't believe it today. And in general, Robert Lewandowski loves records. On the final day of the 2020-21 season, he scored for the 41st time to break the long-standing record belonging to Gerd Müller.
The record they said would never be broken is now his and his alone.
Of Gerd Müller's 365 Bundesliga goals, which is still the record, 40 of them came in one season at the start of the 70s, and most of them were like this. So 1 goal against Augsburg saw the legend replaced by the Polish international. What allows Lewandowski? Or how does the legendary sentence go again?
What allows Strunz?
Of course, if Giovanni Trapattoni had had a Lewandowski in his team, the 1997-98 season might have turned out differently. As it was, there was a crisis in Munich, and at a legendary press conference, he really took his side to task.
A coach is not an idiot. The coach sees what's happening on the pitch. These players, 2 or 3, were weak like an empty bottle.
9 days later, he tendered his resignation.
I have finished.
Another cult coach, Otto Rehhagel. He achieved the impossible with Kaiserslautern in the same season. Promoted from Bundesliga 2, the Rhineland-Palatinate club won game after game and ended the season as German champions. 3 years later, Schalke felt like they were champions for 4 minutes. The fans invaded the pitch of the Parkstadion at full time, while Bayern's match at Hamburg was still going on. And then the inevitable happened as Patrick Anderson scored from a free kick and sent the whole of Gelsenkirchen into a flood of tears. And whenever Schalke are involved, there's always something going on, even if it concerns dogs. When the Royal Blues went 1-0 up in the 1969 Revier derby at Dortmund, there was no holding back.
The Dortmund guard dogs get angry and then Rausch is bitten. Oh boy, he was bitten, but play is about to continue.
He got 500 marks and a bouquet of flowers as compensation.
My bite was gone and I went home and could only lie on my stomach all night.
In the return fixture, presumably as revenge for the dogs, a Schalke lion ran onto the pitch, a whole new level of intimidation. And it's true that things can get a bit animalistic in the Bundesliga. And that was also true when goalkeeping legend Sepp Maier chased a duck in a match against Bochum in 1976, after Bayern had completed a hat-trick of European Cup triumphs. They won the Champions League in 2001 and topped that with the treble in 2013 and 2020. Champions made in Bavaria. History was also made in a rather different way at Mönchengladbach in 1971, because Gladbach player Herbert Laumann fell into the Bremen goal and took the frame with him. The match was abandoned after 88 minutes due to the broken post, with the score at 1-1. The game was later officially awarded to Werder as a 2-0 win, but Gladbach still went on to win the title that season. And one particular masterpiece from the "that can't be true" category is the legacy of Bert Nickel, who sadly passed away far too early. Even as a child, he practiced scoring direct from corners, and in fact, the former Eintracht Frankfurt player netted the league's first against none other than Sepp Maier and Bayern. He went on to score from every other corner of Frankfurt's Waldstadion. So it's true, there is indeed nothing that hasn't happened in 60 years of the Bundesliga. Moments that will never be forgotten.
Man, oh man.